Well, good evening. It is time for a return to my playoffs after about a week hiatus away from my computer. And I'm returning tonight to OOTP 26 in my 2025 playoffs. And the game will be between the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies in Game 5 of a National League Division Series. And the winner moves on, the loser goes home. So it should be a tussle. We have a strong pitching matchup in store. So I'm looking forward to seeing the surprising Reds and the number 2 seed Phillies. We go to the playoff tree. This will not be the only 5-game series, or Game 5 in the American League. Seattle and Cleveland will be coming up after this. I will probably record that one offline while I do this one live. So, but Toronto has moved on, beating the Red Sox, and the Padres took out the Brewers in 3 games. And the next series will be best of 7 in the League Championship Series. So the Padres await the winner of this game tonight. So we move forward and we go to the starting lineups on the screen here. And we see that it is an afternoon game on this game day. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 44,000 or 45,000 expected here at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. And the wind is blowing out to center field on a 52-degree afternoon in October. So for the lineups here for Game 5, to see who moves on, the Cincinnati Reds beat the Phillies in the last game, and Aaron Nola, I think the score was 7-3. But we have a very good pitching matchup, as I stated before, set up for this game. So for the Reds, this is the starting lineup for this game. Leading off will be TJ Friedl, and he'll play center field. Batting second, Matt McLean, playing second base. Ella De La Cruz will bat third and play shortstop. Batting fourth, Austin Hayes, playing left field. Magar Hunduhar bats fifth and plays first base. Spencer Steer, the DH, will bat sixth. Ke'Bryan Hayes, the third baseman, bats seventh. Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, will bat eighth. And Noelvi Marte, right fielder, bats ninth. And the starting pitcher for the visiting Cincinnati Reds will be Hunter Green. He pitched in Game 2. A no decision, 7 innings, and gave up 1 run. He has pitched twice in these playoffs. He's 1-0 with a .69 ERA in those 2 starts. And now for the homestanding Philadelphia Phillies. Leading off, Trey Turner, the shortstop. Batting second, Kyle Schwarber, the DH. Batting third, Bryce Harper, the first baseman. Batting fourth, Alec Bohm, playing third base. Batting fifth will be Brandon Marsh, the left fielder. Batting sixth, JT Realmuto will catch and bat sixth. Batting seventh, Matt Kepler, and he'll play right field. The eighth batter, Harrison Bader, the center fielder. Batting ninth, Bryson Stott, the second baseman. And on the mound, the right-hander for the Phillies, Christopher Sanchez. He's pitched in Game 1, pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs with a loss. So we will see how both pitchers go, and the backups for the starters. Brady Singer's available, would start the next game, but it's all hands on deck for this Game 5. And for the Phillies, they could either choose Luzardo or Suarez. Probably would go with Luzardo, the most rested. And he would start Game 1 anyway. So we'll see which one they need, or if we just have a pitcher's duel and both starting pitchers perform well and go the expected distances. So we're getting ready here, and if we're all set, I'm excited to start this. It's been a while since I've played, and I'm looking forward to getting back into this, at least tonight. So a game 5, and here we go to Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia on this October for game day afternoon. A lot of red out here. Let me see what we got here in the volume department. I think it's a little loud in my head, so we'll turn it down a little bit. All right, you can see a lot of red here at Citizens Bank Park, and Christopher Sanchez will get ready to pitch. Here's the starting outfield and infield for the Philadelphia Phillies. Marshall in left field, Harrison Bader in center, and Max Kepler in right. Alec Boehm at third, Trey Turner at short, Bryson Stott at second, Bryce Harper at first. The catcher, JT Realmuto, and the left-hander, Christopher Sanchez, is on the mound. Friedel has stepped in. He's 5 for 29. He's batting 172 in the playoffs with 1 home run and 5 RBIs. So let's get this thing going. We will have a fly-in and then a full count pitch from Sanchez to start this game off. Phillies in the home white and the Reds in the visiting gray. And it's lined into center field. Bader coming in, and he will slide and make the catch, and that's 1 out. So even though Green is the starting pitcher, they'll play Bader in center field for his defense and maybe some added hitting, but he's primarily a defensive specialist out there, and he's already made an excellent catch to start this game off. So 1 out. Stepping in will be Matt McLain. He's had a very good series. He has 2 home runs in the playoffs with 9 RBIs. I think 6 of them came in 1 game against the Phillies. Batting .320, and Christopher Sanchez to the second batter this inning. And his first pitch. Infield, outfield ready. Fly ball, center field, back goes Bader, and it will go over his head. It will hit the wall. Matt McLain will have another hit in the series with a double. So Matt McLain, in fact, he homered last game, Matt McLain. So 1 on, 1 out, and De La Cruz, the switch hitter, will bat right-handed here in the top of the first. We're just getting started. Outfield, infield playing normal, and a 1-strike pitch. Reds looking to start off quickly. Ground ball to first, and that will get through. And here comes McLain. He will come home. The throw by Kepler, and he'll nail him at home plate. An excellent throw will get McLain at home. So it will be a base hit to De La Cruz, but no run thanks to the arm of Kepler in right field. So a run is taken off by that excellent play. So 2 good defensive plays so far by the Phillies here in the first inning. Phillies have been marred by poor defensive play at times in this series, but they've come out and look like they're ready to play tonight. So Austin Hayes will batting .280 in the playoffs with 3 RBIs. De La Cruz at first. He is a stolen base threat. Harper holds him, and a 1-2 pitch, and a hits batsman. Well, there you go. As I've said many times, OOTP out of the park 26 is known for hit batsmen at least once a game, and a pass ball or wild pitch. So I'll be on the lookout for that as well. So we're at 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. And Miguel Andujar batting .231 in the playoffs. So 2 outs. And the first pitch. Grounded sharply past Boehm into the left field corner. That will plate a run. And here comes the second run from first base, and it will be 2-0. So Andujar gets the Reds started here in the top of the first with a 2-out, 2 RBI double down the left field line. So the Phillies are already in a hole here in the top of the first. That was hit sharply down the line, but that hit batsman comes back to haunt another team. And we'll see if that makes a difference going forward. Spencer Steer steps in, 233 hitter, 1 home run, 5 RBIs in the playoffs. So 2 outs and 2 are in to start this game off for the Reds. And a full count. Struck him out. So he had 10 strikeouts in the first game that he pitched in game 1, and his first strikeout here in this game. But Cincinnati starts off hot, gets 2 runs on 2 hits, and leave a runner at second. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Reds are up 2 so far. So the Phillies step in for the first time. It'll be Trey Turner, Schwarber, and Harper to follow. Turner batting .278 in the series, 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Hunter Green has been impressive in the playoffs so far with a .69 ERA in 13 innings and 12 strikeouts. And here's the first pitch to Turner. As the Phillies trail, giving up 2 runs already, ground ball to short, De La Cruz up, he has to hurry, and that's the first out. So Turner grounds out, and that's 1 out. Here comes Schwarber. Schwarber batting .267 in this series, one RBI, no home runs. He hit 56, I believe, during the season, and had 132 RBIs. So he's due for something in this game. And a full count from Green. And he walked, and it's a low fastball, and Schwarber is on. And Harper steps in. He has woken up the last couple games with home runs. He has 3 of them in this series. He's batting .400 with 10 RBIs. But the last 2 games, he's been impressive. So here we go. Trailing 2-0, and Harper in with Schwarber at first. And the first pitch to Harper. Grounded sharply past the first baseman for a base hit. There goes Schwarber to third, and he will make it. So, Phillies put runners at first and third with 1 out. And Alec Bohm will step in. He has 2 RBIs. He's batting .188 in this series. So a little trouble for Green here in the bottom of the first. Game starting out similarly to the last one that saw 2 runs in the first, top of the first, and 3 in the bottom. And we're starting off similarly this way. So we'll see if Bohm can come through here with a 1-ball pitch. Harper at first, Schwarber at third. That's flied well to center field. Back goes Friedel, and here comes Schwarber for the first run for the Phillies. So a sacrifice fly. Gets one of those runs back. Harper's at first still, and that's 2 outs. So Bohm does come through, at least drives in 1. And it'll be Brandon Marsh, who's had a very good series. 2 RBIs, batting .308. So the left-handed batter with Harper at first. He can steal. Andujar's holding him on. 1 ball, no strikes. Little tapper to Green at the mound and has to hurry. And he just gets him. But Phillies do manage a run on 1 hit. They do leave a base runner. And after 1 here at Citizens Bank Park, it is Cincinnati 2 and the Phillies 1. So the question is now, which pitcher will settle into the game after we've gotten through the rocky first inning? And it will be Hayes, Stevenson, and Marte here in the top of the second. Marte is batting .333 in the playoffs, 5 RBIs, and a 2-1 pitch from Sanchez. That's a tapper at the mound. Sanchez picks it up, throws to first, and that's 1 out. So Stevenson steps up. 1 home run, 3 RBIs, batting .333 in the playoffs. And a full count from Sanchez. And that's a walk. Check swing and a base runner for the Reds, who are the 6th seed They have knocked off the Dodgers, and they have taken the Phillies to this 5th game. Will they be the surprising team with the Padres in the League Championship Series? We have a long way to go. We're just getting started here in the 2nd. Tyler Stevenson at first, and Marte steps in, .316 batting average in these playoffs. And a full count from Sanchez. Grounded to short, there's Turner, and he bobbles the ball, and that will be an error. And here come the bugaboos and the fielding problems for the Phillies with an error. So they were stellar in the 1st inning, and now they've had an error here in the 2nd to put 2 runners on now with 1 out in the top of the order, Friedel. So will the error cost them? The hit by pitch cost Sanchez in the 1st inning, and now he has to get through this one. 1-2 pitch. That's a little tapper outside the mound. Real Muto will throw to second and make the play. Wow. I didn't think he had a chance, but he got him. A fielder's choice. And 2-6 at second base, so 2 outs with runners at the corners. That was an interesting choice for Real Muto. That was a close play. I thought he was safe, but we move on. 1st and 3rd, and 2 outs, and the hot hitter McLean up to bat. He doubled in the 1st inning, his first time up. 1 strike pitch, grounded sharply to Harper. He makes a nice play, and what's he doing with the ball? What was he doing with the ball? That is a run. And another fielding problem for the Phillies. And a run scores. So 2 fielding blunders here, it appears, in the 2nd inning for the Phillies. Have cost them another run. So the error, it wasn't even an error. It was like he couldn't get the ball out of his glove and get it over to Sanchez at first. So a run in, 2 outs, and here's De La Cruz. He singled and scored his first time in the 1st inning. 2-2 pitch. Reds up. Strike 3, and Sanchez does come back and get the out. The Reds get 1 run on 1 hit and an error. And after an inning and a half, it's the Reds 3 and the Phillies 1. So I have no idea what Harper was doing there at first. He was having trouble with the ball, and the run scores. So the Phillies come up, trailing by 2 again here in the bottom of the 2nd. Real Muto, Kepler, and Bader. Real Muto batting .133, home run, and 1 RBI in this series. Here's Hunter Green, and the first pitch of this inning. That's a little pop in the foul territory. I was a little confused where it was. It was grabbed by the first baseman, Andujar, and that's 1 out. Looked like a little pop in the infield, but it was just in foul territory. So Kepler bats, 1 RBI, .167 batting average, and a 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out on a fastball at 98 miles an hour, and 2 outs for Green as Bader steps in. Batting .333 in this series, playing center field, the right-handed batter, with 2 strikes now from Green. And that's a strikeout. So a 1-2-3, bottom of the 2nd here in Philadelphia. And the Reds lead it 3-1 in Game 5 of the National League National League Division Series, not Championship Series, Division Series. So Sanchez enters the game here in the 3rd inning, or returns to the mound. And the last 2 innings he has not been helped, or the last inning he has not been helped, or actually 2. Well, 1. The 2nd inning was the error and the unknown play at first base by Harper. And he had a hit batsman in the 1st inning to continue the inning, and it's wound up being 3-1. So now Hayes Andujar, and Steer to bat. Hayes was the one hit by a pitch, and he scored in the first inning. So Sanchez is looking for a clean inning here. He's up to 48 pitches already. And a full count. Struck him out on a sinker. And that's the third strikeout for Sanchez. Andujar doubled in 2 runs in the first inning. And a 1-strike pitch to Andujar from Sanchez. Fly ball into, or that's lined into right center field. That will hit the base of the wall. Bader gets it, picks it up, and Andujar will have a double again. So he has doubled twice in this game. And a runner at second. So another non-clean inning for Sanchez. Do they go to Luzardo sooner than later? They don't want this game to get too far out. And Steer struck out his first time. So Andujar at second with 1 out. And 3 balls, no strikes. That is hit to left on a line, but Marsh is there. And that's 2 outs. Sakib Brian Hayes will bat with 2 outs and a runner at second. He grounded to the pitcher his first time. 1-2 pitch and a strikeout. Another sinker and the 4th strikeout. So the double does not hurt Sanchez in this inning. So 1 hit, no runs, and 1 left. 2 1/2 complete, and it's 3-1 Cincinnati. Hunter Green will face Stott, then the top of the order. Turner and Schwarber. 1 strike pitch to Stott. That is popped high in the right side of the infield, and Andujar will grab it, and that's 1 out. Top of the order. Turner 0 for 1, grounded to short his first time. As the Phillies try to get something going here. That's grounded to De La Cruz, and it's up the middle. De La Cruz dove to his left, and it makes it to center field, and Turner at first with 1 out and Schwarber. So base stealing threat at first, though trailing by 2 runs. And here's Schwarber. He walked and scored his first time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That's ground to second. They will make the play to second, and they will get the double play. They will make the double play and get out of the inning. 4-6, 6-3. Pitcher's best friend, the double play, and that ends the inning. It was weakly hit, but they still managed to get the double play. So 3 innings are in the book, and we have a 3-1 game with the Reds ahead. And Sanchez will step up to the plate, or step up to the mound, and face Stevenson, Marte, and Friedel. Still looking for a clean inning. Full count. And he struck him out on another sinker. 5 strikeouts now for Sanchez. So here we go. Marte will bat. 0 for 1. Oh no, 0 for 1. He reached on an error. And the first pitch, ground ball to third. That's Bohm, makes the throw, and that's 2 outs. Top of the order, Friedel. He is 0 for 2. And a 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out on a changeup. 1-2-3 finally for Sanchez. And the middle of the 4th inning, 3-1 Cincinnati. So we're cruising right along here in Citizens Bank Park, Game 5. And we're reaching the middle innings, and Harper stands in, and Bohm to follow, then Marsh. Harper singled his first time, as Green is retired 6 of the last 7 of the last 8. And the first pitch to Harper. Flied into center field. Here comes Friedel. And he will make the catch. 1 out. Alec Bohm will bat. He sacrificed Schwarber in for the only run for the Phillies back in the first inning. This was what happened the last game. They got out to a good start, the Phillies did, and then they couldn't hit anything most of the rest of the game. So we'll see if that happens again. 1 ball, no strikes to Bohm. Grounded to short. There's De La Cruz. He will throw it to first. And that's 2 outs. Brendan Marsh will bat. 0 for 1. Grounded to the pitcher his first time. And a 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out on a fastball. And that will be the 3rd strikeout for Green, and a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th. So we're already headed to the 5th inning, and it's 3-1 Cincinnati. All right. We had one of the wildest games in these playoffs with the Phillies and Reds, 14-13. And we're now at 3-1, and that's a fly out for McLean and the first out of this top of the 5th. But that was a wild game, 14-13. The Phillies trailed 9-2 in that game in the 4th inning and won the game 14-13. We have not had that since then, but we'll see how this turns out. De La Cruz, 1 for 2. He has struck out and singled and scored. Here in the top of the 5th inning with 1 out. Sanchez with a 1-2 pitch. Struck him out on another changeup. Got him looking. 7 strikeouts now for Sanchez. 2 outs. And Hayes will bat. He is 0 for 1. He has been hit by a pitch and scored and struck out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grounded to short. There's Turner. Picks it up, makes the throw. And that's 3 outs. 1, 2, 3. So, maybe Sanchez is now into the game as he is 8 in a row now for Sanchez. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Green on the mound, facing Realmuto, Kepler, and Bader. As the Phillies try to get something going here. They haven't really done anything since the first inning. 1 ball, no strikes to Realmuto. Lined to the shortstop, and that's 1 out. So Green is on a roll, and he'll face Kepler, who struck out the first time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Struck him out again on a curveball, and that's 2 outs. $13. 12 of the last 13 Green has gotten out. And Harrison Bader, who struck out his first time, looking for his second or his consecutive 1, 2, 3 innings here. Is Green 1-2 pitch. And he struck him out. There it goes. The usual play. Gets past the catcher, but he still manages to get him at first base. We see that once a game also, it seems. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. And we've quickly gone through 5 innings. And the Reds still lead 3-1. Christopher Sanchez on the mound. He's up to 96 pitches. As he will face Andujar, who has doubled twice. Is it time to put somebody else in to pitch? At 96 pitches. And Andujar leading off. We are going to go with Luzardo. So Luzardo will come in to pitch for Sanchez. He would have been the game 1 starter if the Phillies move on, but it's all hands on deck. Like I said before, you got to get through this game first. So that's it for Sanchez. Another rough outing for him in these playoffs, or in this series. And he faced 22 batters. Luzardo will come in now and face Andujar, who is 2 for 2. Followed by Steer and Hayes. 2 doubles for Andujar and 2 RBIs. So Luzardo on the mound now. 2-1 pitch. Grounded to third. Bohm picks it up, throws to first, and that's the first out of the inning. 1 out. And Spencer Steer will bat. So Steer bats with 1 out. He is 0 for 2. And the first pitch from Luzardo. Fly ball right field over toward the corner, and Kepler grabs it near the warning track, and that's 2 outs. So 2 outs as the Phillies try to get out of this inning. And Hayes 0 for 2 with Luzardo on the mound. 1 ball, no strikes. That's lined into right field, and that will fall in front of Kepler, and that will be a base hit. So a 2-out hit puts a runner on first. And Stevenson up to bat. He is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Harper will hold Hayes at first. Full count. Struck him out. Luzardo gets out of it. And that's it for the Reds here in the top of the 6th inning. First strikeout for Luzardo, and we are still 3-1 Cincinnati. And Hunter Green. "13 of the last 14 he has retired. And he faces Stott and then the top of the order. He has only thrown 49 pitches in this game through 5 innings. 1 ball, no strikes. That's popped in the infield, and here comes the third baseman, Hayes, and he'll grab it, and that's the first out. 14 of 15 now, retired by Green. Since the runs, including the run that started it with the sacrifice fly from Bohm, that started this stretch. So Green has been efficient and effective so far. And Trey Turner will lead it off, the leadoff hitter will bat. He's singled, and he is grounded out. 1 out. 2-strike pitch. Grounded to first. Andujar takes it and grows to first, and that's 2 quick outs for Green. 15 of 16 now he's gotten out. And Kyle Schwarber will bat. And the first pitch. Fly ball, well hit to left field. He may have just cut the lead, and he did. Schwarber makes sure this time he gets on base, and he clears the right field fence with a 382-foot home run. And now the Phillies trail 3-2. And that was with 2 outs. So 15 of 16 before that, retired by Green. And Harper is up now. He is 1 for 2. So can he follow what Schwarber did? Phillies are only down by a run now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Infield slightly to the right. Ground ball weakly to third. Hayes picks it up, throws high to first. They still get the out, and that's the 3rd out. Schwarber hits one 382 feet over the right field fence and brings the Phillies back to 3-2, going to the 7th. So Luzardo's job is to keep it close and get to the Kerkering, Strom, and Duran phase and hopefully the Phillies score some runs. While the Reds have Singer warming up in the bullpen, who could pitch this game, or they could go to someone else. So Luzardo will face Marte, Friedel, and McLean in his second inning of work. 2 balls, 1 strike. That is popped high in the middle of the infield, and Turner will go under it, and that's 1 out. TJ Friedel will bat. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Batting average down to 156 in the playoffs. And a full count from Luzardo. Struck him out, and there's another one of these things. And they do manage to get the out. So 2 outs. I don't know if it's a bug in the program or what, but we see a lot of this where the ball is struck out and then the catcher misses the ball and it goes back, and sometimes they even make it to first base. The last 2 times has occurred in this game. They have been able to get him out at first. So there's 2 outs. McLean to bat. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. Nobody on here in the top of the 7th. And a 3-1 pitch from Luzardo. And a walk. So a base runner with 2 outs. And here comes De La Cruz. He's 1 for 3. He struck out twice. He has scored a run. Luzardo trying to get out of this inning. 2 outs. McLean at first, held by Harper. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Luzardo strikes him out. So 2 innings of effective work by Luzardo. And the Reds leave a runner, but score nothing. 3-2. Now Philadelphia trailing Cincinnati, and we are at the stretch time in this game. I went to stretch and my glasses fell off. Oh my. Such is life. All right, we're back here for the bottom of the 7th inning, and Hunter Green at 58 pitches. He'll face Bohm, Marsh, and Real Muto, leading 3-2. Real Muto, or no, Bohm is 0 for 1. He does have an RBI. 2 strikes. And he struck him out on a splitter on the outside corner. And that's 1 out. 6 strikeouts for Green, and he'll face Marsh. Only 61 pitches for Green through 6 1/3 innings. 1-2 pitch to Marsh. And he struck him out on a curveball, and that's 2 outs. And Real Muto will step in, who's 0 for 2. Trying to get a rally started here with 2 outs. 3 balls, no strikes to Real Muto. And that's low, and that's a ball 4. So it'll be Kepler. He has struck out twice. Struck out twice. 1 on, 2 outs. Real Muto at first. And a 1-strike pitch. There goes Real Muto, and he will be thrown out at second. He will be thrown out at second base for the last out of the bottom of the 7th. So the Phillies, no runs, no hits, and nobody left. We go to the 8th inning here at Citizens Bank Park with the Phillies trailing the Reds 3-2 in Game 5 of the National League Division Series. And Luzardo in his 3rd inning. And they're going to bring in Kerkering to face the right-handed batting Hayes, Andujar, and Steer. So Kerkering will replace Luzardo, who did 2 innings of effective work. Kerkering will pitch. Phillies trying to keep this game where it is. See how many batters we had for Luzardo. 8. So it'll be Hayes, Andujar, and Steer. I don't know if there'll be a pinch hitter or not. Here's Kirkering. The right-hander. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings in this series and given up a run. And here we go. 0 for 2 with a run scored when he got hit by a pitch back in the first inning. Hayes steps in against Kirkering. 3 balls, no strikes. Inside, ball 4. Starts the inning off with a walk, and now Andujar, who's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, steps in. So Austin Hayes at first, with Harper holding him at first. And a 2-2 pitch. Grounded to third. There's Bohm to second. Over to first. And they will get the double play. 5-4. 4-3. Takes the threat away. And that's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. And it'll be Spencer Steer, the DH. Let's see what they have on the bench. They do have Gavin Lux and Will Benson. Ooh, Will Benson doesn't hit bad. Gavin Lux, Steer. So they're going to go to a pinch hitter here. Gavin Lux will bat. So Lux will bat for Steer against Kirkering here in the top of the 8th inning. Oh, I got to spell Lux right on my scorecard. I spelled it wrong. So he'll pinch hit. He'll just become the DH. With 2 outs now. And the left-handed batter will face the right-handed Kirkering. And a 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out. So Kirkering does get out of this. He did lead-off walk, but no damage. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the Phillies trail 3-2. And the Cincinnati bullpen will now come in to play. And they don't have to use Singer, it looks like. And they have a full bullpen. So let's see who they're going to go with. Probably let's see who's up for the Phillies. Kepler, Bader, Stott. They have left-handed batter, and then there's Schwarber and Harper. So they're going to go with the right-hander here. Pagan. Ashcraft is the closer. Pagan, who closed the last game? Tell closed the last game. Is Pagan the... Yeah, okay. All right, they're going to go with Graham Ashcraft to pitch. Here in the bottom of the 8th. All right, let's see what his statistics look like on my spreadsheet here. Let's see what we got here. 5. Okay, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 batters for Green in 7 innings of work. All right, Ashcraft is in the game. Pagan would pitch the 9th. Max Kepler to bat. He's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. Who do they got on the bench? Not really anybody. They got Kemp, Wilson, Castellanos, Sosa. Any of them worth anything in the hitting department? All right, here's Kepler. Full count to start off the bottom of the 8th. Guarding the lines are first and third. Grounded to second. There's McLean. And that's over to first, and that's the first out. And Bader 0 for 2 as the Phillies are down to 5 outs. 1 ball, no strikes. Grounded to short. There's Cruz up with it, throw to first, and that's 2 outs. And Bryson Stott. 1-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle towards short, and there's Cruz in a 1-2-3. Bottom of the 8th inning for the Phillies. And we head to the 9th inning, and the Reds lead it 3-2. And it will be Hayes, Stevenson, and Marte. And Kerkering will exit. And Duran will come in to pitch. They've got to keep the game at 3-2. So they're going to try it with their closer. Three batters for Kerkering. And Duran will come in. Where is he on the list here? There he is. Okay. So Duran is in here in the 9th. Keep the score at 3-2 and give the Phillies a chance in the bottom of the 9th. 1 ball, no strikes. From Duran to Hayes, the third baseman. Grounded up the middle, and that's lined up the middle, and that's a base hit. Second hit for Hayes, and a leadoff runner aboard. Harper holds him at first. Stevenson, Bohm in a little bit at third. Will they try to sacrifice him over with Stevenson? They could put pinch hitter in. Let's see. They're going to go with Will Benson to pinch hit. And they have Trevino to catch the bottom of the 9th. So Will Benson will bat here in the top of the 9th inning, taking the place of Stevenson, who was 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. So Benson will bat. He's had 1 at bat in the playoffs. So Bohm in at third. Case of a bunt, defense, the outfield's deep to prevent extra bases. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Duran gets him out on a strikeout. That's 1 out. 98 miles an hour. And it'll be Marte. Marte will bat. Same thing. In at third. I don't think they have any more left-handed batters. They do not. So Marte will bat. And he is 0 for 3. And a full count from Duran. There goes the base runner to second, and he will steal second base. So a strikeout, but a stolen base. For Hayes. Puts him in scoring position with a possible insurance run. Top of the order, Friedel with 2 outs. And Hayes is at second base here in the top of the 9th. And a full count from Duran. That's up the middle, and that might get him in. Here comes Hayes, and he will score. And the stolen base leads to a run, and Duran cannot keep the game at 3-2. And McLean will bat. So now the Reds lead at 4-2, heading here in the 9th inning. So the surprising Cincinnati Reds are up 4-2 here in the top of the 9th. McLean with 2 strikes and a strikeout. That ends the inning. And we head to the bottom of the 9th inning here at Citizens Bank Park. The Phillies trail 4-2. And we have an incomplete lineup. Not surprising. So, how's Will Benson in the outfield? Right field, he's a 60. And Marte is a 50. So what they're going to do is put Benson in right field, and they're going to bring Trevino into catch and bat ninth. Oops, yes. So Trevino will take the place of Marte and catch, and Benson will go to right field. And it's time to bring in Pagan, and he'll face the top of the order here in the bottom of the ninth inning for the Philadelphia Phillies. In Game 5, it's make or break time for the Phillies with Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. This is what you want. We'll see if they come through. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Cincinnati. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Phillies. And here's Turner, 1 for 3 to lead off with 2 strikes against Pagan, and the rally horn goes off, or the rally trumpet, and 1 out. Struck him out on a splitter. It is up to Schwarber and Harper. Trailing 4-2. Schwarber has homered. He has walked. He has scored the 2 runs for the Philadelphia Phillies in this game. 2-2 pitch from Pagan. Grounded to second. There's Matt McLean. Over to first, and that's the second out here in the bottom of the ninth. And Harper is the last chance for the Phillies, trailing by 2 runs against Pagan. 1 for 3. And a 1-2 pitch. And that's it. The Reds have taken care of the Philadelphia Phillies and will move on to the League Championship Series. They win this game 4-2 at Citizens Bank Park. And they, as the number 6 seed, will face the number 5 seeds, San Diego Padres. So a definite underdog is going to make the World Series in the National League. Congratulations to the Reds on a good series. The Phillies go home, losing this series and this game 4-2. And the Reds celebrate in front of the Philly crowd. The Phillies bats just were not here in this game. I guess they wasted them in the 14-13 game, because the last 2 games, especially, they have done hardly anything. So the Reds move on, and they will have Brady Singer in Game 1, so they didn't have to use him. So we'll go to the recap of this game. Fire Rob Thompson. Yeah, well, the Phillies they don't live up in this game either. They blew it again in the playoffs in real time and real world, and they just couldn't do it in this series. So we go to the recap here. The Reds move on and face the Padres. As I am surprised that the Reds are moving on. They have beaten the 3rd seed Dodgers, and they have beaten the 2nd seed Phillies. So let's go to the recap here. The game was just over 3.5 hours fake time. And Hunter Green, not surprising, is the player of the game. Pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, and struck out 7. And the save goes to Pagan. So save goes to Pagan, who I didn't even write him down. I got too distracted, I guess. I forgot to write him in my scorecard. So let me see here. So he'll get the save. The win is Green, his 2nd win of the playoffs. And Sanchez will take his 2nd loss in the series. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 altogether, but 2 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. And Luzardo did pitch well. Kerkering and Duran came in also. But the Phillies do not have enough to get through this series. They were up 2-1, and they've lost game 4 and 5. So let's see who the star hitters were in this game. For the victorious Cincinnati Reds, Fido hit RBI, 2 hits. One of them was a double for McLean and an RBI. Andujar, a star in this game, with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. And Hayes had 2 hits, a key run scored in the top of the 9th to give him an insurance run. For the Phillies, only 3 hits. The top 3 hitters got 1 hit apiece. The rest of the batting order, nothing. So they had 9 strikeouts, and Schwarber did hit a home run. He scored twice. And the defense was not a good thing for the Phillies once again, as they had some blunders in the first, or especially the second inning. So the Reds move on, take the series, and now head to the championship series. I think the home team is the San Diego Padres. So I guess San Diego didn't expect to be at home, and they will play at home and have the home field. So that's it for this game at Citizens Bank Park. Game day, October 11th, 2025. And we'll leave this game and move on and see where we are. This is the only game of this game day. And we'll move on to the next one. And we'll finish this day. I want to make sure I do this right because I don't want to miss the 5th game of the next series. I've done this before and missed 2 games in the divisional playoff because I hit the wrong button. So we're done with this, and we move on, continue to finish, and we should see, oh, this guy always shows up on here. And we should see the next one, which should be a good one. Cleveland Guardians going to Seattle to play Game 5, and I'm going to try and do that game offline next. So I want to get both of these Game 5s out of the way tonight while I'm doing these games. So that will be coming up, probably posted later tonight, definitely tomorrow morning. So Phillies lose to the Reds 4-2. And let me go back and get the final totals here. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Reds. 2 runs, only 3 hits, and 1 error for the losing Phillies. So that'll be it for this broadcast, as I'll set up for the next one. And I don't know if I'll do it live or not. Probably just record it offline. So, well, I don't think there's anything else going on. I have the radar up here I'm a meteorologist looking at the weather. No rain here on the East Coast. That's good. There's some sports stuff out there. But we'll go on to this next game and get these divisional series out of the way so I can move on to the last 2 series and then the World Series and figure out a winner here. So, okay, that's it for this broadcast, and next time it'll be the Guardians against the Mariners. So have a good night, and see you next time.